He looked like a harmless old man, polite, quiet, trustworthy. But behind that calm appearance was one of the most disturbing killers in American history. And in 1928, one family made a decision they would regret forever. In May of 1928, a young man named Edward Budd was looking for work. His family lived in Manhattan, New York, and like many families at the time, they needed money. Edward placed an ad saying he was looking for a job. Not long after, an older man showed up at the Budd family's home. He introduced himself as Frank Howard. He claimed he was a farmer from Long Island and said he wanted to hire Edward for work. To the family, he seemed respectful. He spoke kindly, he dressed normally, and he acted like someone they could trust. But the man standing inside their home was not Frank Howard. His real name was Albert Fish, and he had not come there with good intentions. At first, Fish appeared interested in hiring Edward, but while he was inside the home, he noticed Edward's little sister. Her name was Grace Budd. She was only 10 years old. Fish changed his plan. Instead of taking Edward, he made up a story. He told the family he was going to a birthday party for his niece and asked if Grace could come with him. Somehow, he convinced her parents to let her go. That was the last time they would ever see her alive. Fish took Grace away from her home and brought her to an abandoned house in Westchester County. The place was known as Wisteria Cottage. It was isolated, quiet, and far from the people who loved her. What happened there was horrific. Grace Budd was murdered, and for years, her family had no answers, no body, no closure, no truth, just silence. As time passed, the case slowly went cold. Police searched, the family waited, but nothing led them to Grace. Then, in 1934, 6 years after Grace disappeared, her mother received a letter. At first, it looked like any other letter, but once she read it, everything changed. The letter described what had happened to Grace. It was cruel, detailed, and horrifying. But the letter also gave investigators the clue they needed. The envelope had a marking linked to the New York Private Chauffeurs Benevolent Association, which helped police trace the stationery. That trail eventually led them to Albert Fish. When detectives found him, he was an old man, but they quickly realized he was far more dangerous than he looked. Fish was arrested in December of 1934, and once police questioned him, he confessed to taking and killing Grace Budd. The case shocked the country. People couldn't understand how someone who looked so ordinary could commit something so evil. During the trial, Fish's defense argued that he was insane. They claimed he suffered from delusions and that he believed he was being commanded by God. But prosecutors argued that Fish knew exactly what he was doing. They pointed to the planning, the fake name, the lie about the birthday party, the way he gained the family's trust, and the letter he sent years later. To them, this wasn't confusion, it was calculation. In 1935, Albert Fish was found guilty of first-degree murder, and on January 16, 1936, he was executed at Sing Sing Prison in New York. The scariest part of the Albert Fish case isn't just what he did, it's how normal he seemed before it happened. He walked into a family's home, earned their trust, and used that trust to take their daughter away forever. Grace Budd was only 10 years old, and her story became one of the darkest true crime cases in American history. Because sometimes, the most dangerous people don't look dangerous at all. They smile. They speak softly, and they wait for someone to trust them.